A good one about a young guy who handles things like a boss when his girlfriend decided to start a bunch of ridiculous drama over social media posts. And it's a perfect example, guys, that there are gals out there that live for drama. I mean, they all like drama, but some take it to a whole new level. And you encounter someone like this, whether you're early on in dating or in a full-blown relationship, at the very least, you need to check her and call her on that and make it clear this is unacceptable. Or better yet, end it with her. Because if you don't, it will only continue. It will happen more often, and it will be bigger cases of drama. And life is too short, you don't need that. Let some other sucker deal with that. Titled, I dumped my girl because she made a test Instagram story, and I failed it. Says here, I'm 26 years old, and I broke up with my girl for 9 months yesterday because I'm apparently supposed to treat her Instagram like a job interview. One of these, huh? She posted a blank screen to her story with the caption, "Some people really disappoint you, LOL." No context, no explanation, just that. Good Lord, she's one of those that tries to get people to engage and say, "What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you okay?" Don't fall for that crap, guys. So I ignored it because I'm not a mind reader and I'm not going to play a high school game. I assumed it was about one of her friends or just her being passive aggressive about work or something like that. Well, apparently, that was a test. She told me I failed because I didn't message her right away asking, "What's wrong?" She said it showed that I don't care enough to check in. Goodbye. That's a case of drama, that instant termination to the relationship. She's one of those. No way, no how. Social media addict, drama, drama, drama. If something's bothering her, she has to simply sit her boyfriend down and communicate like a freaking adult. Grow the hell up. This isn't high school, honey. I told her I don't check Instagram every 5 minutes, and if she has a problem with me, she should act like an adult and talk to me instead of fishing for attention through vague stories. Telling a girl who in her mind is acting like an adult to act like an adult, you want to talk about a surefire way to make her lose her mind. You might as well say, act rational, calm down, all sorts of things that get them crazy. She said I was being cold and emotionally unavailable. I said she was being manipulative and immature. Round for round you go. Well, she cried. Shocker. Hobag Handbook Chapter 2. And I packed up my stuff. Well, she's still messaging me telling me that I'm heartless for leaving over one small thing. But it's not one small thing. It's the million little red flags that I've ignored for far too long. The tests, the mood swings, the social media drama. I'm not dating a puzzle that I have to solve daily just to avoid a tantrum. You already just said there? A million little red flags I've ignored for too long. The tests, the mood swings. So I'm glad our guy is doing this finally after 9 months, but it sounds to me that he should have been doing this probably by the third or fourth date when her real colors came out. And I'm being generous with that third and fourth date thing. But better late than never. He says, I want peace, not stories written in invisible ink that I'm expected to decode, while she sits there with her arms crossed, waiting to see if I love her enough to notice. Done, blocked, logged out. I feel like I can breathe once again. And that's it. It wasn't very long, but there's a point to this. I'm going to go through some comments here. But there are a lot of women that behave like this, And I'm sure you guys have seen this all the time on social media. And they put these little attention traps for people. What's wrong, honey? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, fuck you. Grow up, you asshole. I got a cousin that was like this, and I don't talk to her ass. So, guys, life is too short. I want you all to have relaxing, enjoyable lives. And you can't have that with people like this in your life. And I'm not just saying in terms of like a romantic relationship, like a girlfriend or something like that. I'm just talking about people like friends that pull this crap. Life's too short, and they're only going to drag you into it. But there are so many guys out there that are so desperate for any female attention whatsoever, any pussy, let me be honest with you, that they'll put up with this crap. And at the end of the day, it's weak, nice guys that enable this behavior. When she was pulling crap early on and he checked her on it, either he would have broken up with her or she would have slowed down the crap. There would have been other tests because they always test. But when guys allow women to get away with this crap, it only enables her behavior and it continues on. Now, will she do this stuff in the future with future boyfriends? Of course. But she might think twice a little bit with the next guy before she starts in on it. And probably what will happen is, statistically, the next guy will put up with it, and she'll be right back to doing what she loves most, drama, drama, drama. So I urge you guys, you encounter this in some capacity, nip it in the bud right away. Otherwise, this is going to continue going on and make you crazy. Now some comments, and thank the Lord up on high that everybody agrees with this guy. One guy says, if the tests are the symptom of the disease is social media addiction. Early signs I look for are not being able to put the phone away during dinner or date activities, and are spending more time getting photos or videos of an event than being present at the event. 1 or 2 photos is fine. Yeah, social media addicts drive me freaking crazy. Another one says here, yep, sorry, but you're going to test me at the end of each semester. You can find someone who'll be happy doing so. Life is too darn short to be reading minds and chasing you around with a piece of paper to jot your feelings down on. Come out and say it, don't freaking test me. I had a partner who did the whole thing where she'd act upset, I'd ask her what was wrong, and she'd say, oh, nothing. I'd leave it at that, and she'd get mad because I didn't pry it out of her. Yep, I've had girls like that too. It's ridiculous. You don't care. It's like, fuck you. That relationship did not go very far. I went back to being an adult. I absolutely loathe drama, and I will not tolerate it. Well, guys, like I said, when it comes to women, you're always going to get drama. There's just degrees to it. There's some that are, they'll enjoy it, hearing about it, reading about it, gossiping about it. They'll overreact, their emotions will be engaged. And there's other ones that can't function without creating like a storm, a hurricane of drama. A couple more. One guy says, tests like this are just emotional landmines disguised as communication. And he says communications in quotes here. You handle it perfectly by calling out the immaturity instead of playing along. Honestly, the real red flag is how she doubled down instead of reflecting on why passive-aggressive games aren't healthy. Dodged a bullet. Some people never outgrow that high school mindset. She'll never outgrow it. I guarantee you, I don't know how old she is, probably mid-20s. She'll be like this in 20 years. I know some people like this that I've known for a long time. They're no different. And they'll be like that when they're old ladies. And the last one, this guy says, after you hit 25, you stop putting up with those games. I had a girl I was pursuing. We made out at a party. I wanted to go on a date, and she ghosted me. So I left it at that. I ran into her at another party, and she was a little peeved that I didn't try to pursue her further. He says, sorry, I don't want to be with someone who's going to try to be emotionally manipulative with me. It's infuriating to always be on edge, wondering if what you're doing is correct. So I don't. And it drives passive-aggressive people nuts, and I love it. Well, I love it too. I love driving people crazy. I love driving people that are hypersensitive, hyper-emotional, easily worked up. I love driving them crazy. So this being here on YouTube is a dream come true. And I thank you all every day for those of you that tune in every day and let me do this. And I enjoy driving people crazy. And I'm sure you guys also like driving those people crazy. Anyhow, point of this whole thing is don't tolerate the BS and drama, guys. Otherwise, you're only going to invite more of it into your life. Amen.